What if the key to defying age is building something unbreakable from within? Envision a soul so rooted in purpose that time doesn't erode it, but polishes it, turning every year into a layer of unyielding strength. This isn't about rigid control or pushing against the inevitable. It's about a quiet power that grows with the seasons, where resilience isn't forced, but earned like a mountain, shaped by winds, yet standing taller. The steps that carry the weight of wisdom without faltering, the voice that commands respect without raising a tone, the aura that inspires trust as if they've mapped out life's toughest climbs and emerged wiser. This isn't about denying the passage of time or hiding from its marks. It's about a profound gift, the capacity to remain steadfast in spirit, no matter how many storms rage, no matter how many paths diverge. It's a resolute stand, not against aging, but against the fragility that so often accompanies it. And no zodiac sign embodies this enduring strength, quite like Capricorn. There is a solid presence in their being, like the deep roots of an ancient tree that anchors the earth. It's not in the achievements they've amassed or the titles they hold, though those may be impressive. It's in their energy, a steady resolve that doesn't weaken over time, but fortifies like stone honed by the elements into something eternal. Some people brace against life by retreating, avoiding risks to shield themselves from failure. They believe that playing small keeps them safe, that ambition is a young person's game. But in doing so, they forfeit the growth, the fulfillment, the quiet triumph of perseverance. Capricorn turns away from that path. They'll confront it all the steep ascents of dreams, pursued the plateaus of patience, tested the summits that reward and the valleys that humble. Their soul has learned that success and setback are stones in the same foundation, and to reject one is to undermine the structure entirely. They stand with a foundation that doesn't crack but deepens, like bedrock supporting a vast landscape. Not an immovable rock, but a living strength that adapts without losing form. Every obstacle, every delay doesn't shatter them, it builds them. To Capricorn, each trial is not a defeat, but a blueprint for greater stability, a lesson in crafting endurance. The world may press down, but it yields rewards, discipline, maturity, the power to rise again without doubt. This foundation keeps their spirit grounded, yet elevated their resolve unshaken when others might let theirs crumble under the weight of years. Their wisdom is the most revealing trait. Time imprints on all, but differently. In some, wisdom hardens into cynicism, clouded by accumulated doubts. In Capricorn, it refines. It gathers insights. Like a vault, collects treasures, each one, enhancing their depth rather than burdening it. There's a calm authority in their counsel, but also humility, a sign that the mind behind it is still learning, still building, still committed to the long view. It's a fundamental truth. When the soul stays dedicated to growth, wisdom never turns brittle, and Capricorn's soul is built for the long haul. Part of their essence comes from embracing the climb, even when the peak seems distant. They don't rush or force progress. They plan, they persist, they endure. They recognize when to lay new stones, a goal that demands more effort, a habit that strengthens the core, or a vision that outlasts fleeting trends. This isn't about stubbornness. It requires vision to invest in what endures, to commit even when results are slow to show. But Capricorn knows that every steady step is the mortar for a lasting legacy. With each layer added, their inner strength solidifies. They carry the assurance of someone who's weathered enough to know that time is an ally, not an enemy, and in that knowing they carry more purpose. This is why they never seem confined by the self of yesteryear. They progress without discarding their roots, evolving through deliberate choices that honor the journey. Hardships arrive. No ascent is smooth, but they don't erode the base. They test, they temper, they transform, then integrate into the whole. In their place rises a profound stability that requires no validation. This mastery of perseverance keeps their drive alive, their focus sharp, their core unbreakable. Another dimension of their power lies in how they lead quietly. In a world that celebrates flash over substance, Capricorn chooses substance. They don't broadcast their efforts or seek applause for every milestone. They understand that true influence comes from example, from showing up consistently, from guiding without grasping control. This isn't detachment. It's a strategy preserving energy for what truly builds. Without the exhaustion of superficial pursuits, they invest in the meaningful mentoring, a loved one, nurturing a project, creating stability for those around them. They are not aloof in their discipline. They are intentional, and intention is the anchor that keeps the soul from drifting. In this focused space, they renew, strategize, and keep their foundation firm and fertile. Their appeal isn't flashy, it's the result of authenticity, of committing to what lasts. Like a fortress with hidden depths, they remain compelling because there's always more to uncover in their quiet depth. In the solitude of their own resolve, away from distractions, they reinforce their strength, unyielding to fleeting tempests. At the center pulses a core of ambition, the blessing of their ruler Saturn, the planet of structure and time. This core is determined but measured, channeled into building, leading, achieving. They discern between fleeting desires and enduring goals, directing their efforts toward legacies worth leaving. That drive powers their pursuits. The careers they shape, the relationships, they sustain the self, they refine. It propels them upward, not in frantic leaps, but in steady climbs, as if life is a mountain they're destined to master. They approach each day with the quiet determination of someone who knows the value of time. To them, life is never a race against the clock. It's a deliberate build, a new layer, a step closer to the summit. This commitment to purpose is one of the deepest secrets to timelessness. A spirit that still builds, that finds meaning in the long game, that leads with quiet power. That spirit withstands fading no matter the era. And so the years accumulate, but they don't diminish. Each one adds solidity to their presence, depth to their wisdom, height to their achievements, without eroding the core. Their timelessness also draws from their ability to turn limitations into leverage. Capricorn doesn't rail against boundaries. They use them as frameworks to build upon. A setback becomes a strategy session. A no becomes a nudge toward a better yes. This practicality, grounded in reality, yet aimed at possibility, keeps their mind agile, their heart resilient. They've learned that true strength isn't in avoiding falls, but in rising with more knowledge each time. For women who've walked long paths, this resonates deeply. It's a reminder that experience isn't a burden, but a bedrock turning what could be weariness into unwavering power. They cherish the value of legacy, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet impacts that ripple outward. A Capricorn might mentor a younger soul sharing lessons earned through decades, or create a home that feels like a sanctuary of stability. These acts aren't for recognition, they're extensions of their core ways to extend their strength beyond themselves. This outward focus keeps their spirit expansive, connected to something larger, warding off the inward turn that can come with age. They build not just for today, but for tomorrows they may never see, and in that they find a profound sense of immortality. Their patience is a virtue that blooms with time. Where others might grow impatient, demanding quick fixes, Capricorn waits with purpose. They plant seeds, knowing harvests take seasons, trusting the process they've set in motion. This isn't passivity, it's mastery, the art of timing that turns potential into reality. For those seeking healing, it's a soothing balm, permission to let go of hurry, to trust that steady effort yields enduring results. Their life becomes a testament strength isn't rushed. It's cultivated layer by layer until it stands eternal. In moments of solitude, they reflect without regret, drawing from the well of their experiences to fuel future steps. They might journal under a steady light, mapping out the next phase, or simply sit in contemplation, feeling the weight of their accomplishments like a warm cloak. These rituals aren't indulgences, they're reinforcements, ensuring their foundation remains solid amid life's shifts. This self-care, rooted in discipline, keeps their energy sustained, their outlook clear, their spirit evergreen. Ultimately, Their agelessness is rooted in this. They build with unwavering focus, lead with humble strength and honor time as a teacher because it is. They've unlocked that youth isn't in fleeting thrills, but in the dedication to what endures, to say yes to the climb even when the summit feels far. They grasp that the soul flourishes when anchored in purpose, and they anchor it daily with discipline that doesn't waver, with wisdom that deepens, with a resolve that inspires, with a legacy that outlives. And if you draw close long enough, you'll sense it. That unshakable calm, like standing at the base of a timeless peak. That quiet pull that doesn't command, but effortlessly guides. That feeling of being near someone whose strength makes you believe in your own. It's a foundation that can't be shaken, can't be mimicked, can't be worn down by time. When the core is solid, the spirit never crumbles. And for those who build it, age will never limit them. They are and always will be enduring. So what foundation will you strengthen today? Take a small step, perhaps set a quiet goal, reflect on a lesson learned, or reach out to build a bridge with someone dear. Capricorn whispers that true power grows with time, and a heart committed to the build will always rise higher.